What's up, Philly sports guys? First of October. It's the first of the month. Wake up,
Wake up, wake up.
Hey man, we here. Glad you rocking with us. I'm Pete. This is Aaron, Philly sports guys. You already know.
Yeah.
Radio Vision Network is the foundation, the platform that allows us to be brought to you every week.
Another great week.
Another great week. Hope everybody had a great week out there. Hope you have a great weekend. We're just trying to get your weekend started right.
It's crazy because this week, this whole year has just flew by, just boom, this is. And we're in October already.
2 months away from Christmas.
But guess what? We're at the greatest time for sports ever. You got all four sports going to happen all at once.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful thing.
Now, it's not Red October for Phillies baseball. But baseball is still being played. We'll get into that. It's the wrap-up season.
Absolutely.
Wrap-up series for the season. But we'll get right into it. Quick hits. This week started off on Sunday with pretty somber. Early morning, you got the news of Jose Fernandez.
Yeah.
Number one prospect, ace pitcher for the Florida Marlins.
Really sad.
So full of passion, full of life. Had a girlfriend who was expecting a baby. 24 years old.
Now, did he? From what I understand, and I've read some of the story, he went out. He was feeling a little depressed. Some people like to get away, go out on the ocean, and with their boys, their buddies. So basically, went out with his buddies, and then they lost control. It was dark out there, from what I understand.
Right, and then from what I understand, they hit the jetty. As you can see on the screen, people, Jose Fernandez is right next to us. Was on a boat. Boat flew 30 feet in the air. It was him and two other people, and the boat landed on the rocks, upside down. Unfortunately, hopefully, this is the best thing I can say to the family. Our condolences from the PSG crew and the Radio Vision Network family. In this dire time and situation, this tragedy, I hope he didn't feel a lot because supposedly there was two bodies found underneath the boat. One found in the water, all deceased, and his body was one of the ones found underneath the boat. So hopefully,
it's kind of, and I don't mean to bring this up, but it's kind of reminiscent of, I don't know if you remember, Nagy, Cleveland Indians. Remember back in the day?
Yeah.
14, 15 years. He was an ace at the time. Had a great career. He had a lot. He was actually in his prime, and it's sad because it's kind of the same story. So it's
and that kind of, just to bring it back a little bit. We kind of dealt with the same thing with Jerome Brown.
Jerome Brown, yeah.
It was a great one.
Yeah.
Was picking his Corvette up from the dealership after being serviced.
Yeah.
Lost control of the car. So, but it's young. It's hard to see anyone at the age of 24 go under any circumstances, any walk of life that's considered a tragedy.
Absolutely.
Going way too soon. But when you see someone who has his professional career is to play baseball, and you see what stuff he had, when you go through the numbers, his WHIP was around 1.01. People in the Hall of Fame, Cy Young contenders are 1.5. His strikeouts per inning, if you have one strikeout per inning pitch, that's Cy Young material. He pitched 489 or 479 innings and had over 500 strikeouts.
It's sad.
So he was nasty.
Sad.
He had some nasty stuff at 24 years old, going way too soon now.
At the top of his game, man.
At the top of his game. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, it's hard to say what Arnold Palmer means to me personally as someone who plays golf.
You play golf, right.
But just in the realm of sports, you have to understand, Arnold Palmer was the first athlete in the television era to be a main face for
golf.
Not just for golf,
for everything,
for products.
Right. He was.
His TV ads, what he did. 1995, he was a major investor in the Golf Channel, which is now a relevant network,
multi-million dollar,
and that which is owned by Comcast, who owns Universal. And then also just for the game of golf, it was the first player to take a flight to go from Providence, USA, to go play in the British Open. And now you see what he started. So he revolutionized not just things for golf, but just for athletes in general, and to becoming the face and just be more of a face on the field of play and also off the field of play.
Right.
And then literally, come on, man, you go to any restaurant out there. I usually don't talk with my hands, but you go to any restaurant, any bar. You ask for Arnold Palmer, literally, you know what it is.
You kind of steal my thunder because I was going there, but like you said, he's a trailblazer. That's just the best way to sum it up. He's a trailblazer. He's an innovator. He was someone that established not only his game, golf, but established sports as a whole. The marketing,
business.
Right? The marketing aspect of what he did was just crazy. And then most importantly, the T. Yeah. We got to talk about the tea. I mean, I know where I'm segueing off, but that's one of my favorite drinks. As you just said,
yes.
You go to a restaurant, and we went before when we went at bet against Keith, by the way, Keith.
Yeah.
And you ordered Arnold Palmer, and I ordered Arnold Palmer. So, but just
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow,
so just the contribution of what. On many facets of what he's done is just amazing, and then it's hard to see him go.
Off the course, not just his major championships accomplishment, but off the course when his playing days were over, he designed over 200 courses.
I didn't know that.
Course design.
Wow.
Course design is a grueling business.
Wow.
It's be able to coordinate, have a vision, to be able to coordinate a team to create that vision.
Right.
To make success.
Right.
So
when you think golf, what's the first name you say? Besides Jack Nicklaus, you say Arnold Palmer.
And because he had Arnie's Army. Arnie's Army, like you could have the Black Hole, you could have Terrible Towel, you could have the Eagles fans, whatever you want to call it, at the Cleveland with the dogs, anything you had Arnie's Army was the first.
Yeah,
was the first.
So kudos to him. Condolences from the team.
Yes, condolences goes out to the Golf Channel family, who's doing a great job of another quick hit topic. We'll segue right into it.
Yeah.
The Ryder Cup, and I know once again I'm one of the few.
Yeah, he's one of the few.
Of my complexion, who was a hacker who plays golf.
Yeah.
But I'm really into it, and I'm telling you,
he's into it. Yeah.
If you want to watch good TV, if you take pride in your country, especially now with the whole national anthem debate and going back and forth, the Ryder Cup is something that happens every 2 years. It used to be on the odd number years. It used to be 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. But what happened in 2001, 9/11? The Ryder Cup got postponed for us to recoup and deal with that.
Yeah, interesting.
And every 2 years. Last time I was here was 2012 in Medina, right outside of Chicago. USA was up. I think they had a Commander League going into the Sunday singles finals, and Europe came rolling back. And I'm telling you, people, listen, if you watch it, you'll see the pride, even if you don't have to know anything about golf, except to get the ball in the hole. But you'll feel the emotion. Generally in golf, it's a sport of being a gentleman, doing the right thing, being politically correct. Not booing when somebody hits a bad shot.
They're quiet. They don't say anything. They just let
clap. And when Europe hit a bad shot in the water, because I was watching it at work. Sorry.
So you watch it. You watch stuff at work. See, look at
this. From my mobile phone.
You're a bad employee.
From my mobile phone. When Europe hit the ball in the water, I forget which player it was. They cheered. You hear cheers for bad performance, which is something in golf that you don't hear. And
from a competitive standpoint, I mean, just the rivalry.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like, and again, my buddy here, he's really into it. I mean, I'm actually gonna watch a little bit this week, but from a competitive standpoint, it sounds like it's really intriguing. The way, like you're saying, they're going at it off and on.
Because there's no stroke play. You're not counting strokes. It's head up, and you have. I'll explain it to you real quick. So in the morning, you have foursomes. Foursomes, alternate shot. And then in the afternoon, it's an afternoon session, so they're really playing twice.
Okay.
It's an afternoon session. It's four matches in each session.
Gotcha.
So it's 8 players. It's a total of 12 teams on both. 12 players on both sides.
Right.
So 24 golfers, generally best golfers in the world.
Okay.
And then so in the foursomes in the morning, it's alternate shot. And then you have a break, and you have the afternoon session, which is 4-ball. 4-ball is literally, it's four golfers. It's 2 golfers on each side, Europe and USA, and they're playing the ball through the whole hole.
Okay.
And the best score wins.
Okay.
And then Sunday, you have 12 against 12. You have 12 single matches, and that's intriguing because that's really where it makes it. Because yesterday in the foursome session, USA won 4-0.
So basically, it's the battle royal of golf. If you think about it.
Yeah,
in a way. To layman's right. The people are not really into it.
And we have to, since Europe possesses the cup.
Right.
They won 2012. They won the last 6. We won in 2008. They won 10, 12, and 14. We have to win 14 and a half points.
Okay.
Out of 28 points, you have to have the majority.
Gotcha.
If it's a tie, Europe keeps the cup.
Okay.
So look out for that. I know it's some interesting TV. Maybe not something that you may be into during football season, but check out the Ryder Cup because once again, it happens every 2 years.
Right.
So, segueing into somewhat of people who are not winning.
Who may that be?
We're talking about the Saints, the Bears, and also the Jaguars.
Well, I mean, real quick,
I'm missing one more.
The Saints, Bears, Jaguars,
and I'm sorry.
And the Browns.
The Browns.
Wait. I just got to go into it real quick. just like, if you're a Browns fan out there, I mean, I know there's not a lot in our area, but like, you got to feel bad for them. I mean, I feel bad for them because it's like, you lost RG3.
Right.
You lost Carson Wentz. You're 0-3.
Yes.
And now you just lost Josh Gordon. He's done. It's over. And as people, I don't know if everyone knows
everything I said when I said I wanted to trade for him.
Yeah, I mean, we both did. So don't feel bad. I feel the same way too. But if everyone doesn't know, he's going to rehab now. He has
said
to get
his
Twitter,
life together back.
He has to get his life together. And from what reports and sources are saying, he's going to get suspended two more years. So I mean,
which essentially, he's already 26 or 27, right?
I'm gonna think 26. We'll double check that. But I mean, as a Browns fan, like. What worse can it be? Like, how worse can it be?
See,
and then on top of that, you should have beat Miami. So really, you should be 1-3.
So that's what I'm saying. So it is some silver lining because Cody Kessler didn't look bad. You have a good head coach in Hugh Jackson. You have young players. I get it with the Cleveland Browns fans, but you also see it's not as bad as before because you have the Indians going to the playoffs in postseason.
Cavs won,
and the Cavs won the title. The Cavs is about to start back up again.
Right.
You still have LeBron. So for Cleveland, it's like, you know what? The Browns are the Browns. But for the Browns organization, I feel you. Because how many times can you keep passing by opportunities?
You just can't catch a break.
And you missed what could have been a trend-setting quarterback, as Bart Scott said, who retracted
we will talk about.
As Bart Scott said,
but you fired 6 of your scouts who wanted the guy.
But now look, we can't spend all our time with Cleveland Browns who are winless. We have to go into the Saints as well, who played Monday night. Atlanta Falcons ran the ball up and down the field on them the whole game with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Listen, there's a reason why Drew Brees is a fantasy value quarterback, because he throws for 4,000 yards, I think, the last 10 or 11 years in a row. It's because they have no defense. Sean Payton, you're a great offensive mind. How can you not build a defense?
But you know what though? Real quick, I kind of blame it on Drew Brees. Let me say this real quick. Reason why? What has Tom Brady done? What has Manning done? Peyton Manning done? They took pay cuts to get the guys in there.
Yes.
So my point is to people out there, Drew Brees trying to get your money. I know you want to get your money, but you got your money. You're on TV. You're on like every commercial every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You got your money. Your defense stinks. Historically, they're probably gonna be the worst ever. So
again,
Drew Brees. Again. So Drew Brees, take the pay cut. Let's get some guys in there and go from there.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're on the road against San Diego this week. I don't see it. It's not that their offense is good. They just can't stop it. They can't stop, and that's through the pass or through the run. They can't do it. You give up 42 points. So
and kudos to Howie again. We didn't pick up Bird because he looks bad.
Yeah.
Kudos to Howie.
Listen, Malcolm J. And it was the 2013 offseason. It was Malcolm Jenkins or Jarius Byrd. Everybody wanted Jarius Byrd. Jarius Byrd can't stay on the field. He hasn't been healthy. He's overpaid.
I mean, in the open field, did you see that one play? Open field, and the guy and Freeman just juked him, and he just fell to the ground. Basically, it's just horrible,
like a ton of bricks. I mean, then we also have the Bears, Chicago. The Bears. Listen, for the Bears, it's not as bad. That's really a roster where you just don't have that much talent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're clearly tanking.
Yeah.
They're clearly tanking.
Yeah. Because they, like I said, we said it last week a little bit on last week's show.
They're clearly tanking.
Reviewing the Eagles and Bears Monday Night Football matchup. It's just that they have to move on from the Jay Cutler era.
Yeah.
I mean, retain John Fox, you know, but you have to influx that offense with some more talent.
Right.
You need a quarterback.
Right.
I think there's a legit possibility they will trade Alshon Jeffrey. That's just my feeling because
they should.
I think they just need to acquire. I hate using this word sometimes, but acquire as many assets as they can.
Well, right about now, I mean that's what's looking like. I mean, the writing's on the wall. You trade Bennett last year, Martellus Bennett. You give up Forte.
Yes.
I mean the writing's on the wall. I mean let's just turn the page. Yeah. You're not going anywhere. You're 0-3 right now, and the way to look on the field is just horrible.
Right. Now I will say we say the best for last. Say the worst for last.
Best for last, right?
Because the most shocking team that is winless is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Jalen Ramsey, Dante Flowers. So you have 2 of the top 5 picks for your last 2 years. Blake Bortles, a young up-and-coming quarterback. Allen Robinson, Alan Hearns, Marquise Lee, Julius Thomas.
Not a lot of nice
pieces. You have a defensive-minded coach.
Right.
And you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
But you know what it is? I think it's the fashion that they're losing. And
that's
the
what
thing
I'm saying.
is, the games that they're losing, like the Green Bay game, that game they should have won. I mean, you're coming off. You have a quarterback that threw over 4,000 yards last year.
Right.
You have 2 wide receivers that had over 1,100 yards receiving.
Yes.
And like you said, they got the pieces defensively. So
and you have T.J. Yeldon. You have T.J. Yeldon. What's the other boy's name?
Denard Robinson.
Denard Robinson.
And you have Chris Ivory. Yeah.
And Chris Ivory.
I think it's just one of those things where we saw in the past where there's some teams that just
They don't know how to win yet.
They don't know how to win yet.
I think that was Oakland last year. They really didn't know how to win.
Yeah, they don't know how to win yet. And I think as they go on, they'll pick it up and they'll learn.
Well, I don't see now. Remember we talked about the over/under for Rex Ryan last week. If you watched last week's show, the over/under for Rex Ryan.
Intriguing.
Gus Bradley's butt is on the hot seat.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Let me tell you why.
He was touted from. It's not the offense. I understand about the offense, but he was touted as a defensive coach, defensive coordinator from Seattle, right?
Right. He was. He was.
So, and look, if how this comes back to Philly is the fact that if Chip Kelly never called, Gus Bradley would have never left. He would have been your coach here.
Ooh, yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that. You're right about that.
He'd have been your coach here.
You're right about that. I mean, I just think. I can't remember the gentleman's first name, but Khan, the owner Khan. I think he has a lot of patience right now, and I think
when you got that much money, you got patience.
I think that's and I think he believes in Bradley's message. But I think they'll pick it up. I mean, the good thing is, and I don't mean to cut short, but they're in the division right now where they can afford to lose a couple games and then surge.
Yeah.
Watch out for the year, so that's huge. That's very, very huge. So listen, they got some time. If they can pick those games together that they have been losing and figure it out, they'll be all right.
Yeah, and like you said, Indianapolis is 1-2. Houston is 2-1. Tennessee's 1-2. So they have time, but you can't. When you have that much talent, see, they're not in a position of lack of talent.
I agree with
that. They have talent on both sides of the ball. They need the coaching staff there needs to get it together, put it together, win, and not shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah. Jalen Ramsey, shut your mouth. You talented.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I mean, look, Steve Smith's been getting under people's skin
his
whole career. Don't let that. Listen. And I think in a fight, Steve Smith will get you. Cause
I put my money on Steve Smith.
I forgot about Steve Smith.
I put my money on Steve Smith.
Steve Smith from South Central LA.
Yeah.
So
he's seen some things.
He's been fighting battles all his life.
Yes, absolutely.
But with that being said, so we want to segue into another topic. We'll talk about on the opposite side of the best and win list. Let's talk about the teams that are winning. Looking forward to the postseason in MLB because October baseball is here. And it's going to start next week. You already got. Let's go real quick through the division winners. I'll do the AL. You do the NL. You got AL. Your AL East is Boston. They clinched. AL West is Texas, who has. I think they're going to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. AL Central is Cleveland. Cleveland Indians.
Cleveland.
And you have your wild card spots right now as it sits today because it is tight.
Right.
You have Baltimore is the first wild card team, and you have Toronto. So if it was the end today, it would be Toronto going to Baltimore. Then you also have Detroit, and you also have Seattle, who Detroit
kind of looking in.
Yeah, Detroit is a half game back out of the second wild card spot, and Seattle's one game back out of second wild card spot.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot of jostling in these next two games. So make sure you watch. I think Detroit is in Atlanta. Seattle's hosting Oakland, and I think Baltimore's playing New York Yankees.
Yes.
Toronto, I'm not too sure.
New York is just disappointing right now. 4 games out of it,
well, I mean, they had Gary Sanchez Jr., man.
I mean, yeah, he's going to be a player. He's going to be a player.
20 home runs, fastest one in 51 games.
Yeah, absolutely.
He hit 20 home runs in less than 8 weeks.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. I mean, listen, the sky's the limit for them, but, I mean, when you think of the Yankees, and listen, those Yankee fans don't want to hear that. Yeah. They want their team to win, you know, so I don't know.
And in the NL,
we got the Dodgers who clinched already. We got the Cubs who clinched already, and also the Nationals.
Yes.
Now, diving in, as we heard earlier, the Mets are actually in right now.
Mets have clinched the
tie. Offhand, we have my mind's going blank.
St. Louis.
St. Louis is who I think is pretty much out.
St. Louis
is out right now.
St. Louis
and the Giants.
MLB is trying to hand St. Louis a postseason berth.
They are. They really are. And now we're talking about that Cincinnati. If anyone didn't watch that Cincinnati Reds game versus the St. Louis Cardinals, very controversial play.
Yes.
It was a ground rule double from what I understand.
I think it was a double or fair foul ball that should have been reviewed. Cincinnati's Reds manager, his name escapes me right now, came out. He wanted to contest the call. The umpires.
And everybody just said we leaving.
Yeah, the Cardinals are celebrating on the field.
No, we leave. We ain't come back.
The umpires walk off. No phone call coming from MLB headquarters to challenge the call. If they would have looked at it, it took them 10 seconds to see overturn. It wasn't
exactly. So MLB. So what you're saying to me, and we have a conspiracy theory about a lot of things. So you're saying to me, and MLB saying we need to get them in there. Anyway,
because
we can.
And listen, and I don't condone it. I can justify it by saying the MLB, St. Louis Cardinals probably have one of the best fan bases.
Yeah, big market.
Especially now with no football team.
Right. So it would be smart for them to get them in there, which is interesting.
It would be smart for them to get them in there. So and now look, so we laid it out for you: Cubs, Dodgers, Nationals. You had the wild card. Mets are in. The Giants and the Cardinals can get in because the Cardinals are behind the Giants for the second wild card spot.
Right.
In the AL, you have Texas, the Rangers, the Indians, the Red Sox, and then any combination of Orioles or Blue Jays, Detroit, or the Mariners. But I want to take it back to the Mets because now since you guys have clinched a playoff berth, at least the tie.
And by the way, it was a sea of blue last night in Philly last night, which is horrible.
I do not want to see that again tonight or tomorrow. And
Which
I'll
is
tell
horrible.
you why. Mets fans, if you have Mets organization and players, any etiquette in baseball whatsoever, Ryan Howard's farewell.
Yeah, they're not hearing that though.
I know they're not hearing that.
They're not hearing that though.
But this is my man's last hurrah.
Yes, the big piece, one of the greatest Phillies ever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Top 5 maybe. We can argue that.
Yes.
Top 10.
Yes. And there's some poignant things that I heard Charlie Manuel every time he comes out of the woodwork for his players.
Right.
That he talked about things that I even forgot, and I'm one of the biggest Ryan Howard supporters out there. So listen, we're going to touch on that in our third and final segment. We got to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side, we all going to talk about it. You know what we want to talk about? Eagles and Steelers. Some other things not so good on the Eagles front. Some things we got to wait and hear. But you stick with us. I promise you we'll deliver you the news, our opinions, our views from the six. I can't stand
I don't like that. Why you say?
I can't do that.
Fade to black, as you would say. Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Fade to black, Keith.
Sub some sizzle. This is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Real deal.
What's up? I don't know what Aaron's over here doing. We start talking about food.
Talking about some food,
We talking about some food. So he started looking it up and verifying what I said. Look, you can never discount a fat man's opinion about food. It's very, very rare we're going to steer you in the wrong
direction. We're not going to steer you wrong. I mean, unfortunately, we got this right now. We're working on it, though. We're getting it down. Pete's doing this thing. I'm trying to work on my thing. But this place we're going to check out. Yeah. we're not gonna say it right now, but until we get this money.
Yeah, no. Hey, Keith, make sure we get a press kit. We're gonna shoot him something.
Yeah, we gotta do
so
something.
So we're gonna talk about him on the show. We're gonna make sure
we do it right.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, yes.
Quid pro quo. So,
man,
what's your feelings on Lane Johnson?
I'm scared. Was that for me?
Yeah,
I'm scared. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking it's gonna be 10 games, man. And it's gonna be. I'm hoping, and I try to be positive about things, but him going out because it's gonna be 10 games. They're gonna give it to him. They're not gonna curtail it.
I don't know, man. So, it's so up in the air. But now I will say this: Randy Gregory's suspension was denied. He has to serve the full 10 games for his substance abuse for the second time. Not substance abuse, his performance enhancing abuse for the second offense. And he's only his second year, I think. So with Lane Johnson, his appeal is October 4th. But I like the fact that it is on our bye week. So when we make a determination going into the game plan with Detroit, you can figure it out. People will know where they'll be, and you can set it up for the next 10 games, and then hopefully we're still in the playoff race. But you know when he comes back.
I think when I say I'm scared, I'm scared because I think he's gonna get 10 games. But I'm nervous because it's gonna mess up. Right now we have chemistry right now. Right now our line is solidified. Right now we're turning, and I know it's only 3 games, people. I understand that, but as of right now, we're turning on all cylinders right now. And then to interrupt that abruptly, because you're interrupting abruptly. Yes, it is a bye week, which I agree with you, but. Who would you bring in? I know we talked about Big V.
I don't know if you interrupted because everybody on the team has been aware that this was going to happen.
Yeah, but when I say you're interrupting the chemistry
of the offensive line.
Of the offensive line, because right now you have chemistry right now.
I just don't want it to be a double move. So, like, there's been talk about moving Barbie from guard out to tackle.
I don't like that.
And then insert Seumalo, the rookie guard out of Oregon State. But you have Big V, Vaitai from TCU is a tackle. I don't know where he's at.
Development-wise.
His development.
Yeah.
But what this coaching staff has shown you, especially with Jeff Stoutland, they have coached people up. Because this offensive line, going into the season, a lot of fans and a lot of people whose opinions we value, were the offensive line was going to be a weakness.
What about Jason Kelce? Like I know we're a little bit off the subject, but if you notice, he's been getting pushed back a lot. Almost every play. He's still
undersized, but his quickness and he has been getting by with it, and it helps when Carson Wentz is not Michael Vick when it comes to his legs, but he can maneuver around and get out of trouble.
And that's true. He, as far as versatility wise, he's fast. He can move around, but and a lot of people have been saying like, is he the same Jason Kelce? He's not the same Jason Kelce he was. Right. So. Eventually, do you bring in Wisniewski? I mean, that's the question I
forgot about Wisniewski.
Yeah, Wisniewski.
So who's a veteran as well who you can plug in?
So the Raiders,
maybe if they move Barbie to the tackle, right tackle, and they slide Wisniewski in to guard, left guard, because obviously Brooks is holding down the right guard position.
That was great pickup for us, man. Great pickup.
Big mauler. So I think, and what Coach Peterson showed you so far through 3 games is he can come over the game plan and to his strength and hide the weaknesses. So. Speaking of that, Coach Peterson's game plan, let's talk about
Dougie P.
Let's talk about that ass whooping.
Did you just say it?
On the Steelers on Sunday.
Yo, listen. Hold on, time out. I just want to know where the Steelers fans at. Did you see any? Because I've seen it. I saw one.
My niece Fuego Reed. I know you out there.
Yeah, give her a shout out. What's her name again?
Talk to her.
What's her name?
Her name is Fuego and Fuego Reed. She know I'm talking to her. I ain't gonna say your real government name.
Where you at? I just want to know where they at.
Yeah.
I only seen like one that
Bobby
came out.
Drake, my man Bobby Drake in Atlanta, Steel Curtain Steve. That's your name, Steel Curtain Steve. That's how you is in my phone.
Steel
I know.
Curtain?
I just invited you to the Facebook page this morning.
Well, there was
a plastic. I hope you watching.
There was a plastic curtain Saturday.
Shower curtain.
Shower curtain.
Shower curtain. Shower curtain. Listen, it happens, man. I heard some fans say it was a trap game. I don't understand how it was a trap game when you just came off of Cincinnati, didn't have a great offensive performance because I understand it was to the weather. And then you want to say it's a trap game because you're playing us in between playing Cincinnati and you playing Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Listen, even Mike Tomlin sat there and said, even with his big old eyes, and I respect that.
He said big old.
I respect the hell out of Mike Tomlin.
Right, great coach, great
organization. It happens, man. And I really think they took us lightly because And then when we come up there and we hit you in the mouth, and the pressure keeps coming. And what did I tell you? I told you this. I said, listen. On record, it's on wax. It's on. We was record. It's on wax. It's on the hard drive. It's on
the hard drive. It's on the wax.
So listen, I said it last week. I said I want to see how we can get Sproles on one of the linebackers.
You did say that. I remember that.
Yeah. Now, I didn't think it would be on the wheel route. What happened? But in the second half, first drive, first possession, in the second half, it was 3rd and 8. from the 27-yard line, and I'm like, look, I don't like the way this momentum's going. Even though we had a 10-point lead, 13-3,
13-3.
I was like, this
Me
game.
too. I was nervous.
This game is, if they come down,
it go either way.
Down,
right.
It can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Scampers out. He goes along. When I'm saying he, talking about Carson Wentz, goes along the line of scrimmage. Looks down the whole time.
He climbed it. Like he climbed it, but he went along, but he skirted it. And just to piggyback off of that, like that's a play that you see. And I'm not comparing him. Let's get that right.
Right.
That's a play you see the greats make. Brett Favre, Peyton Manning. That's the type of play they make where they climb the pocket and they scurry that line, because you can't cross that line. And then the fact that the awareness between him and Sproles, that's something that the greats work on. And that's the greats work on that.
If you heard Peterson talk about the play, he says he saw it, and he was just hoping that Carson saw it at the same time. And when Carson saw it, if you look at the play, Darren Sproles didn't break stride.
Nah.
He didn't slow down.
Not at all.
When he caught it, he was already at top speed.
Ball wasn't behind him. Ball wasn't on the ground. Like some already know. I mean, that's my boy, but let's keep it real. Wasn't on the ground.
Yes.
I mean, real quick, just to piggyback off of Pete, I mean, there's a lot of great things that happen in this game. But I think Ben Roethlisberger summed it up really well. They said, well, how do you feel about the game? How do you think he played? He said, we sucked. And that's the truth. And you have games like that. And that was their game. But kudos to Jim Schwartz. Excellent job on defense.
General Schwartz.
Now, keep this in mind, guys. We had to honestly look at this. We rushed for the whole game. Yes. We didn't blitz.
Now, see,
we didn't blitz one time. We didn't blitz. So the fact that we had our front four, which is looking like a freaking force out there, and we rushed those four, and they had a freaking force. I felt it. And they had that force coming at Ben Roethlisberger. He couldn't figure it out, and you could see the body language.
Yes.
And this is what I knew. I said, we got this, because I've never seen Ben Roethlisberger look like that.
Yeah.
Just confused. Yeah. Just confused.
And he wasn't confused of what was coming at him, but when you can rush 4 and drop 7 in coverage, it limits where you can go with the ball. You see they had to create some pretty elaborate designs and complex designs for AB to get the ball. I mean, he still had 140 yards, 12 catches, so he still did his thing.
Right.
They kept him out the end
zone. Which we knew that. We knew that was the thing.
But you shut down DeAngelo Williams coming into the game. There was a leading rushing offense in the league.
In the league, right.
We shut them down. I think he only had like 13 carries for 21 yards.
21 yards of offense.
But the defense, listen, look, I'm going to do it for y'all.
Okay, break down.
This the Eagles defense. Put some respect on my name. For real,
Did he just say that?
All week I've been hearing about what Minnesota did to Carolina, and I understand that. I understand it. But listen, Carolina ain't no Pittsburgh offense, and we're gonna find out in the 3 weeks. We're gonna find out October 23rd when Sam Bradford and Minnesota Vikings come back to Philly. Right. And I hope Sam Bradford tells people about it. Because look, you never know where he could drop like a pile of bricks.
Yeah, we just don't know. We don't know.
But that defense, right now I'm ready to put our defense up against their defense.
Well, right now we're number 1 right now, and they're number 3.
They're not talking about us like we're number 1.
Well, I mean, listen, this is okay though. This is okay. We had my co-host. He's right now. He's a little frustrated, flustered right now because we're not getting the respect.
Because it made it seem like Pittsburgh, like Stephen A. Smith said,
it's okay.
Pittsburgh had a bad game.
And don't get me wrong. They can say, okay, yes, you didn't have Le'Veon Bell. You didn't have Martavis Bryant.
But it was good the first 2 weeks.
But listen, that's not our problem. Yeah. You got to play what's in front of you.
Yes.
We play what's in front of us. And right now, what's in front of us was the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what? What was the score? 34-3.
Now, when we talked about it on last week's show, we said that we thought it'd be close. We want to see a good showing. We expected them to lose.
Oh, yeah, we thought we was going to lose.
And so there's a chance that they can win. There was a chance they can win. We didn't think they could win like that. Now, look, I'm going to tell you. Now, I did get a lot of hand with the fumble, and I said it also on last week's show. God, I'm getting a lot of things right. Besides the single back and getting the running backs on the linebacker, I also said when you get the bend, that's the first part. The second part is getting him down. And I said, don't just wrap him in his legs, wrap him in his arms. Fletcher Cox had 2 sacks. He went after the arms. He went after the arms.
Because he's such a big guy.
Chris Sims, Bleacher Report, shout out to you. I watch you all the time. You on Left Coast podcast.
Right.
I'm a subscriber. Listen, Chris Sims said it best. Fletcher Cox is the best interior defensive lineman in the league. There's nobody that can block. Nobody can block. He gets a constant push, constant rush. Shout out to Leonard Williams, all of them.
Listen,
Dominic Sue. Listen, I'll take my boy.
Benny Logan's balling too. Yeah. I mean, let's keep it real.
There's so many facets.
Benny Logan right now is balling right now. He's out of his mind.
Yes.
I mean, listen. If we keep, and I'm gonna say this, if we keep playing and we keep turning the wheels the way we're turning the wheels right now with that front four, honestly, it's gonna be something that historic that we can look at and say, wow, it's really happened.
It's so funny how the team is unified because I heard Fletcher Cox. There was an excerpt, or I saw something that he said. He says Benny Logan was saying, "I'm gonna get me a sack. I'm gonna get me a sack. I'm gonna get me a sack this week. I'm gonna get me a sack this week," and he got a sack. So when you
speaking it into existence,
did you say
that was deep? Speaking things into existence, see?
And you generally only hear that when you at church.
Yeah, but we're speaking things into existence right now, and as they did as well.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say this: if they keep playing the defense.
Yes.
If the defense keeps playing the way they're playing,
right,
they're going to be historically put in one of those stat categories. We're like, wow, the Eagles' defense is really up there.
Because what did I say? I said this is the best offense that they're going to see all year. This is their test. I know it came early in the season. I know as the season goes on, you may run into some injuries, and that's another thing. We're very, very healthy right now. We're not running into injury bug. So knock on wood. Hopefully that keeps going.
I was a little concerned though. Let me say this: I was concerned about Matthews. I was kind of wondering what was happening with him. What was it? Because and shout out to Wendell Smallwood, who has 17 carries, 71 yards, and he really picked up the slack last week. But when I didn't see Matthews, and I'm talking about Ryan Matthews, that is, the running back, I'm like, what's going on? Because it's kind of reminiscent of last week. But they're saying that his ankle was messed up, so that's why
he stiffened up.
He stiffened up.
So that's a great segue for me into my point, is because that was one of the things I didn't expect.
Wendell Smallwood, right?
Not just Smallwood, Barner and the running game. I haven't seen it because going into this game, you would have thought on paper to attack Pittsburgh in the air as the run defense was playing very, very well, and we ran the ball. We ran the ball against it. You could take your weakness going into a game and run it against the other team's strength, and have success at it. That goes into the coaching and the game plan for that week, and the players believing that they can execute their game plan.
It's Carson Wentz for real.
It's so much bigger.
I know it's bigger, but I'm just thinking, like, I just thought when you were talking, I just said, dang, we got a quarterback, man.
It's so much bigger. It's easy to talk about Carson Wentz, and I want to do it a little bit as we wrap up the segment, but it's so much more to him when you have the belief in the small way we didn't see. And when you think about it, you had a touchdown pass to Jordan Matthews, touchdown pass to Sproles, Carson Wentz's first 300-yard game, and then you had
Offensive Player of the Week.
Offensive Player of the Week, rookie NFL Offensive Player of the Month. And then, but when you have Smallwood and Barner getting carries and touchdowns, everybody was eating.
Everybody was eating.
I'm
excited, man. I mean, listen, I know that a lot of haters out there saying, "Oh, it's only 3 games. You guys get excited with 3 games." Listen, let us get excited, man. Let us do what we do.
My excitement's tempered from week to week.
This is what we do.
I want to see. I want to see from week to week.
And I agree with you. I feel the same way. It's game by game. That's why I didn't jump off the bridge yet. But I'm just excited because the sky is just high. The ceiling is high right now, and I see it. Out of all the 4 teams in the NFC, I know we got a break, but all the 4 NFC East teams right now, who has the highest ceiling right now?
That's true. I mean, and with the other teams, there are some tough matchups. So we'll go into our NFL picks in the next segment.
Right.
I know we're up against it, but I want to talk about. Listen, because I do this, and I know you guys are fans of ours, but I'm also fans of other people who do this and have been doing this longer. You have to go check out Albert Bird's podcast on the Monday Morning Quarterback because he had Doug Peterson on there, and it's a very, very, very good interview, insight into how Carson Wentz happened from the time that Doug Peterson got the job back in January. He didn't have a shot at Carson Wentz, and then when I had an opportunity, whether or not to pass, they talk about how he feels about passing on Russell Wilson and how all of those decisions enabled him to pull the light and the trigger on Carson Wentz and being okay with it, and how it came from second pick overall to not dressing it to having the confidence in him in the start. It's a really good listen. Albert Beer, Monday Morning Quarterback, this past week's podcast. We're gonna take a break. We come back on the other side. We're gonna wrap up. We're done with Eagles, right?
Yeah, we're done with Eagles. We're gonna do picks. We're gonna
take a bye week on the Eagles topics after this.
We're gonna do some college picks,
NFL picks, and we're gonna talk about 76ers training camp. And it's not so good news.
So sad.
But it's not that bad.
It's sad to me.
Because it is Larry Latino. I'm going to get him a tissue.
I'm hurting.
I'm Pete. This is Aaron, Philly Sports Guys Radio Division
Network. Please help me.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
What's up? We're back.
Today we're back again. Let's
You good, right? You got your tissue, right?
I'm hurting, man.
All right.
I'm hurting.
We'll go right into why you hurting.
I got some tissue right there, too.
There's some news that Wednesday came out that Ben Simmons had rolled his ankle, and then breaking news last night around 7 o'clock. He actually found a break in the 5th month.
It felt like a gut check, man. Like I lost my girlfriend. So.
See, I'm hurt. I'm hurt because I know
That's how I felt, man.
I'm hurt a little bit because when he got drafted, he was 212, and now he said he's 250.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, which I think was too much. I think he got big too fast.
Big too fast.
Yeah, I mean, like I can see 240.
But see, he's still. Did you hear this? Real quick, Anthony Davis grew another inch. These kids are still growing.
That's ridiculous. Are you serious?
He's still growing.
He grew another inch.
He grew another inch.
So is he 6'11"?
I don't know what he is. He tall as hell.
I'm just saying Ben Simmons.
So that's what I'm saying. So with the weight combination,
big, man.
with the weight combination and the fact that he is still so young, I think he's 19, still growing, your body is still maturing.
Yeah.
So listen, I understand. Sixers take the time. It's a little bit. It's a setback, but not much because then you have Sarge, you have Embiid, who Bob Cooney said Embiid can give Carson Wentz a run for his money and popularity. It's going to be hard for him to do because Carson Wentz has a very good head start.
Right.
Embiid's been here for 2 years. He's been known as the guy 2 years he hasn't played. Nerlens Noel is talking that Kaka because he's sitting here saying I don't know how it's really weird with the center situation. So listen, Noel, this is all you got to know. It's really weird the center situation. The first day somebody playing basketball in 2 years, you get posterized.
Listen, bottom line is, and I told you, everything you're saying is true, but.
Right.
Just to touch on a few things. Simmons things, it's rough. I heard it yesterday and I said, man, that's a blow. I mean, the thing is, honestly, and we talked about it, I would sit him out 3 months. I know the injury saying 8 weeks, possibly 8 weeks, or a little more. I would bring him back February. I wouldn't rush him back. Take your time. I'm just concerned about the bone healing if he does need surgery. We don't know yet. It's early.
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't need surgery. If he doesn't need surgery, it's great. But if he does need surgery, now, as we know, this is the same injury Kevin Durant had
No, we don't. See, that's the thing. We don't.
Yeah, we don't know until the surgery.
That's the part.
Well, the same injury rather. It's kind of.
We don't know. We don't know. It's kind of the same.
It's the fifth metatarsal. If I'm saying right.
It's the same injury, but we don't know if it's a Jones fracture or not. So hopefully
we'll find out Monday.
We'll find out soon enough if it's a Jones fracture. If it's a Jones fracture, that's the one where I'm okay sitting out 3 months. But if it's the regular avulsion fracture, where it's not gonna blood flow is not gonna be a problem.
Right.
You should see me back in 6 to 8 weeks.
Right. So as far as Noel, the bottom line is at the end of the day, he just cashed his check to get out of town. I mean, the thing is, he's a free agent this year, which we both know. Right. And I think right now, I mean, if you're going to trade somebody, Okafor has the most upside. You'll probably get a lot for him, but we're not going to trade Okafor. Noel's going to be going. He's going to be going at probably.
Hopefully, Okafor can learn how to play the
deadline.
If Okafor can learn how to play the four, then and beat it at 5, we'll see. But
he can stretch it out though.
Yeah.
And B can stretch it out. I mean, if we can do it, then that's great. But I mean, Noel's going. Now the good thing is, it's not good, but it is good as far as Saric getting more minutes.
Yes.
I want to see what he can do.
Yes.
Noel's going to get more minutes.
It's not like Simmons. It's not like previous years where you had Simmons is all you had.
Yeah. So we got some pieces.
You're getting a lot.
And then let's keep it real. We got some pieces. We got Bayless coming in. Bayless is going to be decent.
Henderson.
And Bayless did actually say this week, this team reminds him of the Bucks team of a couple years ago that went to the playoffs.
Right.
Reminiscent of that. So that's a good compliment. Sergio Rodriguez coming in, so we'll see. I mean,
so they have pieces. So the first preseason game is Tuesday. I don't know who they're playing, but check it out. It's probably going to be on Comcast Sports Network, CSN. So transitioning from the start of an era
to the
end of an era. We talked about a little bit earlier in Quick Hits. As you can see, this is probably Ryan Towers' last 2 games in Philly Pinstripes.
Big piece.
And listen, Charlie Manuel said it best. Larry Anderson said it best. Who's been around the team was there. He says, out of all the teams that we had in that run from 07 to 2013, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, all the players we had, it would not have been possible without Ryan Howard. And fans, I understand that right now you've seen the decline for so long, flailing at the pitches in the dirt. Listen, there's so many memories of Ryan Howard that I personally forgot that Charlie Manuel brought up, talking about the battle with Quo in 2008 in the NLCS, and left-handed pitcher being down 0-2, getting a single, then 2-3 batters later, Matt Stairs allowing to hit that go-ahead 2-run home run that we all remember.
Don't forget the most grand slams ever.
Most grand history. I mean, going against the Rockies in 2009, going back to the World Series, first round, top of the 9th, hitting a single to put him, not just doubles, triples, or home runs, singles. Like his biggest moves sometimes are singles. It did talks about the home runs. The Arizona game where he came off the bench. I remember this game. He came off the bench. He was sick. He had the flu. He had to come in the top of the 9th, tied the game on a home run. Came back. Charlie Manuel said, "Get your glove. You go out on the phase." Like, I have 102 fever. Came back, hit a grand slam to win the game. So listen, I understand right now, fresh in your mind, that you really can't appreciate what he meant.
Right.
When you go back 5 years from now and you look at it, you're gonna see that he was probably the most integral part of the team, because when you have that big bat in your lineup, every other hitter sees better pitchers because they're trying not to have him come up in a spot where you have to pitch to him and people are on base.
Well, I think, and it's great what you said, all the points. I think the Philly fans at times we have a short-term memory. And we don't realize the big picture of all the things.
They did it with Schmidt.
Exactly. They don't realize what he's actually done and what he actually bought. Like you said, he's a big piece. I mean, if you don't have Ryan Howard in some of those clutch moments, I don't think you win. I don't even think you win a World Series. I mean, just a contribution. I mean, let's look at it. He's probably the top 5 of all time. I mean,
he's the best first baseman you ever had.
Best first baseman. I mean, we can argue. We can go Grover Cleveland. You can go Richie Ashburn. You can go down the line. There's guys out there we wasn't even born yet.
I'm talking about just first baseman. Only the first baseman.
I'm talking about all together. I'm talking about all time. I'm talking about all time. Because I heard somebody, one of the guys from WIP saying, is he the greatest of all time? Is he the top 10? Is he top 5? And they went down the whole list.
And when it comes to on the field, he's definitely top 5 in my opinion.
I mean, I agree with you.
Steve Carlton, Mike Schmidt, Richie Ashburn.
I totally agree with you. But I think as Phillies fans, we're so looking at the now. We're not looking at what he's actually done, the contribution.
And don't take it to a part that to cut you off. He was blocked
for 2 years.
Tommy was there
for 2 years.
He was blocked.
2 years. 2 years. So I mean,
let's just appreciate it for what it is, and fans show your support. He should get a standing ovation tonight and tomorrow. Every time he comes to the bat, I don't even care if he strikes out. And you ask for a curtain call because you're not going to see this again. And listen, he's quietly hit 26 home runs this season.
And
somebody's
on
going to
top
use
of that
power.
On top of that, he didn't even play a lot of games. He sat out a lot of games. He sat out against left-handers.
Yes.
And just the fact that
Tommy Joseph got a lot.
Right. On the decline, hitting 26 home runs, coming out, doing what he did. First of all, I just think it's an atrocity that American team has not picked him up. I have a problem with that because I'm quite sure there's American League team that could have picked him up and could have used his bat in the October race.
This is the biggest stat.
I don't understand that.
This is the biggest stat why I think he'll get picked up. Is because since the second half of the season, since the All-Star break, he's hit a home run one home run per every 9 at bats.
I mean, right there. I mean, I just don't understand.
That's a home run per 9 at bats.
And I know it's a contract. The contract was large and everything.
Yeah, but
no one wanted to pay that. Right. Yeah, but no one wanted. No, I'm saying as far as this year, as far as people didn't want to give up the money to pay for it and divvy up who's going to pay who, whether it be us or whoever to pick them up. Right. However, I just don't understand how, and that's another subject down the line, how I feel he's getting blackballed from American League team. I mean, let's just keep it real.
We'll dive into that a little
That's another time. But I'm just saying, I just don't understand that part. But the main thing before we go, like you said, he's got to get all the kudos. He's got to get the love, standing ovation, like they gave Chase Utley.
I won't be on that level.
Oh, we know that, and we both talked about that. We already know. But I know in my mind he should get some love.
Yeah, he'll get love.
He should get justified.
If he doesn't,
that's all.
He'll get love. He'll get into the Phillies Hall of Fame.
And guess what? And when they do the Walk of Fame, like you said before, we said it. Bring them all together. Bring the big three together. Have them all get in together.
That would be nice, but that'd be nice. Now we're gonna get into our NFL picks because and hopefully we get to the picks.
Really?
Listen,
we gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
Real quick, we're just gonna run it down. We're gonna go.
Well, let's go Kyle's first. Two Kyle's games we're gonna do.
Big game tonight: Louisville versus Clemson in Death Valley. You got Walker going against Watson.
Spread was 2. The spread was actually 2. Clemson was actually up by 2. Then it changed. Now it's Louisville by 2.
So Clemson.
At Clemson.
Clemson's a home dog.
Clemson's a home dog, which is really weird. I'm gonna say this. I have Louisville. I think Louisville's gonna blow them out.
Really?
I'm saying now, as a little reminiscent of the Florida State game we talked about, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be that bad, but I'm taking Louisville by 20 points.
I really believe on this track
20 points.
Because if Louisville wins this game, this isn't their only test. If Louisville wins this game,
Houston, they're on.
That's the one.
That's another one. That's the one you gotta worry about.
Yeah, because you got Greg Ward Jr.
Whew.
Those two.
Where's it at? Is that Houston?
It's at Houston. That's gonna get ugly. And there was another big college game this week.
Michigan and Wisconsin, which is a huge. I tell you what, man, Harbaugh, man, the Harbaugh's heroes, man. They're playing.
And they got the boy from Jersey.
And they got the Jordans. Did you hear about that? They're all wearing Jordans. There's different. Everyone's wearing different Jordans.
Cleats?
Yes.
Hey, man.
So that's a must-watch, people. All the Jordan fans out there.
You got to see if Wisconsin can back it up what they did against Michigan State. That run defense is real. Got decent quarterback play. So it's gonna be a good game. In that game, well, in both games.
Okay.
So you have Louisville winning against Clemson by 20.
Yes.
I think Clemson gonna get it because I think Clemson had the best secondary in the ACC when it comes to the passes defended. Then it's gonna be tough. I don't think Louisville's gonna have enough places to go with the ball. So real quick, so I said Clemson and Wisconsin, Michigan State. Wisconsin and Michigan. I'm sorry, they already beat Michigan State. I still think they're gonna sweep. I think they're gonna sweep all Michigan. I think Wisconsin gonna get it.
I think Michigan. I got Michigan by 7.
Okay.
I got Michigan by 7.
Okay. So now we got Minnesota, New York. We want to go over. I think we both agree Minnesota's gonna win that game. That's Monday Night Football. I need Minnesota to win that game. And my suicide pick.
Suicide pick?
Yeah, because I should have won.
Where's that? Where's that? New York?
No, it's Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, that's the win.
In Minnesota.
That's a W.
In Minnesota.
W for Minnesota. Yeah.
Because look, Eli Apple may not play. Your boy Eli Apple may not play. I think Roger Cromarties may not play. Shane Vereen is out now. Rashad Jennings is not going to play. So you got Arquois, I think his name, sometime.
Yeah, someone on there.
Yeah, so he's playing.
Forgive us.
But you got Xavier Rhodes going to be on ODB all night. I think Sam Bradford can. I think Kyle Rudolph's going to have a big game.
That defense, man. That defense is just.
Anthony Barr,
they're balling, man. They're turning on wheels, man. They're turning. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm gonna say Minnesota by. I'm gonna say 14. Okay. I know the spread's probably 7 or 5 or somewhere in that neighborhood. But I just got Minnesota at home.
And then we got Dallas and San Francisco tomorrow, 4:25.
Chippy Chip,
and I think Chippy
Chip.
My football pools this week, I picked Dallas to win, but no Des Bryant. That may change it up.
You were saying San Fran when we was on the phone.
Yeah, I think San Fran has a chance. I think Carlos Hyde is gonna have a monster day.
I agree with that.
I think Carl Sainz going to have a monster day.
I
think Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a good day. I think it's going to be a game of running
backs. It's going to be tight. So you got?
If you had to put a gun in my head right now, I'm going to pick San Fran.
I hate to say it. I'm going to go Dallas by 3. Okay. I hate to say it.
Okay. And you also got we got Pittsburgh, Atlantic City. Pittsburgh and Kansas City. It's Sunday Night Football.
Big Red.
I like Pittsburgh in this game coming back off that thrashing.
Off that waxing.
They got to do something.
So you got Pittsburgh how much?
I don't want to do points.
Okay, well I do points. This is what I do.
Yeah,
all right, so
points.
Kansas City, Pittsburgh. Is that Kansas City, right?
No, it's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Le'Veon Bell's first game back.
I forgot he's coming back. That's tough. I'm still going with my boy Big Red. I might be a little biased right now because it's Big Red. I'm going Big Red by 3. I got to go Big Red by 3. Jamal Charles' first game back off the torn ACL. He's playing first game, debuting, coming back. So you never know. I mean, and the kid West is just Chandler West is. I'm sorry.
Charkander was.
No, not Charkander.
You're talking about Spencer Ware.
Spencer Ware is balling right now. So you got Ware coming back. You got Ware doing his thing, and then you got Charles doing his thing. Right. Alex Smith doing what he does. Alex Smith rather doing what he does. Kansas City, Big Red 3.
What was it in the next game?
We got Atlanta and Carolina. This is a tough game. As you know, as we both know, Atlanta had a big game last week. Ran the ball like crazy with the Saints. However, Cam looked bad. The team looked bad. 8 sacks. Line looked bad.
Benjamin was tied up.
Calvin Benjamin was tied. They didn't get him involved, which they said they're going to actually get him more involved, get him more touches. So I have the Panthers by 7.
I think Atlanta comes back down to reality. I think Carolina's going to win. I think they're going to win by at least double digits.
Double digits?
Double digits.
Yeah. And we're missing. I think we're missing one more. Was that it for the?
No, that was 4. We have one more.
What was the last one offhand? Let's just pick this one. Jets and Seahawks.
Jets Seahawks. I don't know. Is Russell Wilson playing?
Easy. They say. That's what I don't understand. You got a sprained MCL and you still gonna play?
Nah. And against that Jets front.
And they said he's playing. He said he's playing.
I'll take the Jets. That's all I need to know.
And Pete Carroll said he looks good.
I'm taking the Jets.
I don't
care. That front 7.
And you don't care where it's at.
No.
It's not New York, right?
It's in New York. I don't care. It don't matter. I'm taking the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Jets too. Yeah, I'm gonna
take the Jets.
I take the Jets by 3.
You got, and then you got New England, Buffalo, real quick.
Now keep in mind, Decker's not playing for sure. He's got the torn shoulder, and I don't know if Marshall's playing offhand. I can't remember offhand. I'm still gonna go Jets. All right.
Yeah. Real quick, we'll pick one more.
Pats and Buffalo.
That's not even to discuss about. Last one before we get into the
so the hoodie.
You got the first game in London.
Hoodie wins again.
Yeah.
All right.
First game because Sammy Watkins ain't playing. They just put him on IR. Yeah. So first game in London this season. I think it's the first of 3.
How do you like that?
That's cool, man. You started start your day off right. You got football all day.
I like that portion of it, but I'm talking about as far as like the games playing in London. I like the global aspect, but then again, it's like.
Well,
I think it's too many. I think it's too many games in London.
Well, the Jaguars owner, Connor, he's from London.
Is he?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. What? So listen. Real quick, because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I think they get off the schneid. I think they get their first win.
I'm with you.
Because the Colts is the Colts, and that's another one where I'm like, yo.
What do you gotta talk about? We already.
The offensive line is ass.
They get their first win.
Get their first win.
All right.
So you got to go.
Yes.
For me this week.
Yes.
Once again.
Our buddy.
There you go.
Look at him. Look at the buckshot.
Not so much for just saying outlandish stuff as if you listen to what on his podcast with DA.
Yes.
It's Damian something.
Yeah.
I call him DA for short.
Okay, that's okay.
So Bart Scott contradicts himself like 3 or 4
times. He's saying something to get our attention. That's what he's doing.
Because then he said Carson Wentz, he has the tools to be a real deal, but I'm not gonna say he's a real.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the real
until he's in the league for 3
years. Like what is it?
But then you gonna slam Cleveland for passing up with a transcendent quarterback.
Yeah, like what is it? And even the guy, I forget who it was, Adam Carolla said like Amendola rather. Amendola said, well, which is it?
Yeah,
which is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
Which one is it? Is he good? Is he not good?
So listen,
did Cleveland mess up? Which one is it?
So listen. Bart Scott, you got to go again this week. The
you're looking like the Hall of Fame, man.
So, listen, we about to get out of here, but in the words of Bart Scott, I want to see what you say this week. I can't wait.
Real quick.
I can't wait.
How much time we have?
We done?
We
might be done.
I was gonna do Odell, but Odell Beckham, cause he's
crying. We
gotta check. We got 30 seconds. Wait,
30 seconds.
Odell Beckham. Now they're talking about online changing the crying Jordan face to the crying Odell Beckham face.
Get hit with a kick in the neck.
Who won that fight?
Yeah, his neck hurt.
The neck.
Yeah, you see.
Who won the fight, the net or him? I got 20 on the net. My thing is, man, I believe in showing the kids. You know what I mean? These kids look up to this guy. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, he's an excellent player. I'm not taking nothing away from him. However, by acting the way you're acting, your antics, first, what are you showing your team?
Right.
You know, what are you showing your coach? What are you showing your owner? You're not showing them nothing. You're showing that you're a spoiled brat. And most importantly, what are you showing the kids? These kids look up to you. These kids emulate what you do. So you doing what you're doing, hitting the net, and the net won, by the way. Again, hitting the net and doing the things, getting upset. I understand you. There's nothing wrong with being passionate.
Yeah.
But you got to think about the kids, man. There's gonna be kids right now that's gonna be acting the way he's acting.
And coming into Monday night's game, real quick. Coming in Monday night's game, Ben McAdoo coming out saying it's a distraction. He needs a friend.
Kudos to him for that.
Now, because if players are letting it be a distraction, you're supposed to be in your own zone doing your own thing.
Yeah, but Coughlin didn't say it last year, right? He didn't.
He's a diva, man.
But my thing is, I understand that. We live in the era with T.O.
He's the prime time of the offense.
Listen, we live in the era with T.O. I understand that.
T.O. wasn't this bad.
Nah, T.O. did his things. I mean, that's my boy. T.O.'s my boy. Don't get me wrong.
But he's doing stuff off the field too.
But my thing is, you haven't been in the league that long. You've been in the league 3 years. At least T.O. when he did his thing, he was in the league for 5 years.
I know.
He got to go. Pretty much, you got to go. The bottom line is, you got to go.
Those actions got to go.
Those actions got to go, and you got to stop messing with the net. The net won, man. He's up 1-0.
On that note, listen, man. Make sure you stick with us. Watch Radio Vision Network all week.
Oh, man.
Morning Coffee with Mark Brooks. My boy Keith in the back. Philly Sports Guys will be here with you next week. We'll talk about Eagles Lions.
Yes.
Eagles Washington coming up the week after. We're going to take a week-to-week recap NFL Week 4.
Also, we'll talk about the Lane Johnson, rather.
Lane Johnson.
I said Lane Bryant. Lane Johnson suspension. Hopefully it's not that bad, but I'm thinking it is. Right. So we'll talk about that as well.
We'll get into all that and all other things sports. And I don't know, real quick, I mean, before we leave, who won the debate?
Yes, I have something special planned for you guys. I was going to do it today, but time didn't permit that. A couple things came down, but I will be debuting my TB, wherever it may be, my situation next week.
All right. Once again, I'm Peter Aaron, Philly Sports Guy. Stick with us. Have a great week and a great weekend, everybody.
So you putting a salute and stuff? What's up with that?
Salute, man.
You salute and stuff?
Yeah, man. I do it all the time.
Hey, listen, people. We love y'all. Come back next week, and we enjoyed having y'all.
Shooting lasers.
We're family. I'm shooting lasers?
Shooting lasers.
Yeah, but you're pointing and doing things and everything.